Hello, I am your favorite sexpert, the Erica Rivera, and you're watching Sexpertease, the sex-positive educational show where we aim to keep your marriages exciting and single people safe. Today, we're going to be discussing sexual health in media as we get to know our very special guest, who you can also see every week on the Lowdown on Comcast Xfinity's Afro Channel 1623, and you can also hear him on iHeartRadio's Real Laughs 104.1. Please welcome James Yon.
Look at me. The best intro I've ever had. Thank you, girl. I need you to call my wife later, like you, ma'am, are married to. Not only can you see him on TV, but
That's right. I
thank
take
you.
all the notes and receipts.
It is good to be here. Thank you for having me on, by the way.
Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. It's such a pleasure.
I love talking to you. Now, as always, I know we're going to be talking about some sensitive subjects, and you know how bashful I can get. So, like always, let's establish a safe word.
Yes. Don't blush too hard, James.
Understood. Safe word's going to be stop. All right. I can't do no more. I said too much. But again, thank you.
Just say red. We'll go with the traffic lights. Red.
Okay, red. Okay. What's reverse? Like, let's
Wait a second. U-turn.
Yeah, U-turn. You know what? Call an Uber. I don't know what that means.
I love it. Well, speaking of safe words, we've spoken about that before, reflecting on some of our past conversations, because you've had me on your show too. Thank you so much for that.
No, it was a pleasure having you on. You always kill it. You are so smart and knowledgeable, but I always end up just, oh my gosh. Can you say that? They're like, oh, that's a real word. You can say it, James. It's fine.
We can say that here.
Oh, yeah.
So reflecting on some of those past conversations, were there any key takeaways or something memorable from one of our visits?
Yes. Talking about how some couples, they seek out bringing other entities into their relationship, and how that's not an uncommon thing nowadays, because it was taboo back in the day when I was growing up as a kid. But now it seems like thruples and even larger kind of relationships are just more prominent. Like it's not taboo like it used to be.
It's not as taboo. I was actually in Washington, D.C. this past January doing a speaking engagement about that exactly, polyamory.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and how to communicate effectively in those relationships, because, it's hard enough communicating with one person. Can you imagine 2, 3, 4, 5?
No, like how do you communicate? Hey, guys, gather up, huddle up.
Like,
how do y'all
go team go?
Yeah. All right, and break. Like, what do we go do? I'm very curious about that, because I'm thinking, how do you split up time evenly?
Right.
And is everyone equal? Is there one particular partner that has more rights? Like, how does that work? That's a great that's
you know what, we'll probably have a segment just about that, because it is very extensive. There's different types of poly relationships. We have like what's called our kitchen table poly, which is everyone being involved, very hands-on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I thought like it was a recipe show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, bring your best recipe. Whoever has the best one, that's who wins.
That's the winner.
Sorry.
But yeah, there's all kinds of dynamics within the polyamorous realm. We also have certain relationships with a hierarchy, like you were saying, where there's a main partner and then secondary. So yeah, there's different kinds. It can get pretty intense, and I mean, I think that's why it's so important to have sexual health education be more accessible, so that people can kind of navigate those things in a healthy manner. Because
I agree.
Bad communication can ruin a one-on-one relationship. I mean, it could destroy a multi-partner dynamic. So
yeah, you better be good with the words.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a great takeaway from my past experience at your show. We talked about a lot of things. I mean, there was like edible lubricants. And,
oh wow, there it is. Okay,
there it is. Red light. red light. Right. Wait, you
Could
turn. You turn.
could you pull over for just a second? We did, but we had very educational
We did.
yet spicy conversations. I
Yeah.
learned a lot. Like you taught me something very early on.
Mhm.
Don't yuck someone's yum. Meaning people already feel judged and afraid to kind of be themselves when it comes to communicating what they want from their partner in the bedroom.
Right.
So listen with an open heart, like okay, open mind as well.
Open
Say,
mind.
hey, if you like that, then that's your thing. I can't judge you. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm learning that. I'm learning that as
Yeah,
well.
and in a general realm, as someone who's been in TV for a long time, how
Hmm.
has your understanding of sexual health and relationships evolved over the years? Like not just with me on the
Uh,
show, but just in general, how has your understanding evolved?
I've learned a lot. Like I said in the very beginning, learned about multiple people in a relationship, how that's not, uncommon like I thought. I'm learning there's also a lot of people who are more adventurous than I thought, learning about certain clubs and there's resorts dedicated to people can go and be free and exercise their yum, if you will. I'm just learning that when it comes to sex in America, we've made it something that's taboo to a lot of people, and in other like communities and other even countries, it's not so taboo. Sex is not a dirty word. It's something that we can talk about. So I tried to pass that on to my kids as they got older. I mean, I was, I struggled, but we try to have an open
Dialogue.
communication, and honest one dialogue with our kids who are in their 20s now. So, they're experiencing life and,
Right.
just try to make sure they're safe and healthy about it. So
Now,
just learnings help me pass that on to my kids.
Now it's funny because I know that you're somewhat bashful with certain topics. Now that your kids
Yeah.
are grown, are you kind of like, okay, you're grown, I don't need to know about what you're up to? Or are you somewhat looking forward to them still trusting you with certain topics?
I will say I like the fact that my kids trust us with topics. Like they will come to us and talk about certain things of the physical nature, which I've never had that relationship with my parents at
Right.
that age. Yeah, that's something that's new, and I think it's something that's wonderful because it it creates a trust and a bond between you and your child when they feel they can come to you with anything, even if it is sex related, because they want to know certain things. And we've been open, we've been honest, and we've listened like and it's definitely been a learning experience, but it's been a good one. We've all benefited, and I think we're closer because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great to have that relationship. Like you, I did not have that with my parents.
No, no.
Looking back, I wish I did. Because like you said, that trust, being able to communicate with a parent, especially if they're going through something perhaps negative, a
Yes,
negative sexual experience, it's
yes,
better to go to someone such as your parents rather than not have anywhere to go and have to navigate that alone. So I think that's great.
yes.
And I also know, given that you have experience being a parent of a transgender child,
I was
um,
gonna say,
yeah, what advice would you give other parents that may be navigating that same journey?
first thing, tell your kid you love them as soon as they tell you, I love you. And then listen. What I mean by that is they have been feeling that when they first tell their parent, I feel when that kid gets enough courage up to approach their parent and start talking to them about this is the change that has to happen. They have been thinking about this. They have been struggling with it months or a long time before that. So it's important to make sure they know that their feelings are valid and listen. Make sure you're there for them. Make sure they know you love them. Make sure you learn with them. Yeah, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
I don't know everything about that community. I had to actually learn. So that helped me be able to better communicate with Jack when I had to learn more about the community and what goes on. Just listen and love. I think that's the two biggest things that I learned. And
I'm
and
sure
and,
you
and
learned
you
from him too, right?
yes. Yeah,
Like,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. He pointed me in the right direction where to go. And I say listen, love, and protect. And I say protect for a reason. It is your job to make sure no one makes your kid feel less than, whether that's the school they go to. If they don't accept who he is, then you get him out of that school, put him somewhere that does. Luckily, the school that Jack was at, they were nothing but accommodating. They were nothing but positive about that, and very tolerant. And I will say also, do not let any family member tell your child that they are wrong for feeling like themselves. Protect. You got to get them away from those people. If they can't understand, and if they can't treat Jack the way that he needs to be treated, then you got to get those people out of your life. I'm sorry. That's my take on that. Yeah.
No, sorry, not sorry, because
Yeah.
it's one thing to protect your child from, like you said, school, an outside resource, but
Yes.
another family member, that's got to be super difficult.
It definitely is, because you're thinking to yourself, as a parent, you should know what it's like for your child to feel pain, and then you can't do anything about it. Like when they're sick, you can't be sick for them. So if you know that and understand that, and you are supposed to be a family member, your biggest thing is that child feeling good, that child having a good mental picture of himself. So why would I do anything, even if I don't agree with it? Why do I have to voice that to them and make them feel less than? That's not my place, and that's not what I should be doing if I'm your family. So that's just me. There's no reason. And there's going to be people who won't agree with it. That's fine. I'm not telling you to think the way I do, because I know that's not the way the world works. But you don't have to make that person feel bad. You don't have to disagree in their face. You can just call them what they want to be called, because why do you care anyway? It's no different. And we legally had my son's name changed. So legally, that is his name. You don't have to call. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, listen, love, and protect.
Have there been any other resources or support systems through your journey that you found to be the most helpful? Like, was there anything that really stood
Absolutely.
out?
When Jack first came to us and told us what was going on, Jack was a minor. Like, Jack was very young. So we actually, because of talking to certain people, they said, you know what? There's actually resources that you can go to in counseling that'll help the whole family with the transition.
Right.
I had no idea that's provided. So we went to counseling as a family, and we did one-on-one with Jack, my wife, Michelle, and we went and we learned some things as Jack was going through the process and getting things done. And it was helpful because we didn't know what exactly to do. Like I said, it was new to us.
Right.
But working with that counselor and working with Jack, it was completely different. And I got to tell you, man, it was funny because Jack's a jokester like me. Like, we joke. Like, Jack, I'm a comedian, and my kids are all comedians. You know, when your mom would tell you, I hope you have a child just like you. I got 4 of them.
I wonder how Michelle feels about 5 comedians in the house.
She loves it. So we would joke about certain things that made it funny. Like, we were talking about, hey, when you first let people know that you're gay, it's called coming out of the closet. But when you let people know that you're trans, it's like coming out the closet, walking out the front door, and moving to another neighborhood. Like,
all at once.
All at once. And it gave me good material that I can use on stage and teach people at the same time while making them laugh. Like, Jack transitioned to a boy. So, his name is Jack. And Jack was having top surgery, which, if people don't know, that's when you have the breast removed.
Clearly.
And I say on stage, my son's having top surgery. He's trans and he's getting his breasts removed. And that makes me sad. And people are like, why are you sad? I'm like, because when that happens, we're no longer going to look alike. Like, I'm just...
That's amazing.
Because I'm a big guy. Yeah.
So I take it Jack does not mind when you use his journey as material.
If it's a positive thing that I'm doing, absolutely not, because he knows that someone's going to hear that needs to hear it.
It brings awareness.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Now, do you ever bring awareness to other topics having to do with sexual health, relationships, marriage, etc.? And how do you walk that fine line between making someone laugh but still being sensitive?
Pick a topic that people are going to immediately be able to relate to. Mm-hmm. Like, I tell people, I've been married for 30 something years, and people are like, oh, wow, this guy's been married a long time, which instantly gives me some kind of credit as knowing a little bit about marriage. Right. And then I tell people that the key to a great relationship is communication. I say that. And people are like, really? I'm like, yeah, when I first got married to my wife, we made a vow on our wedding day that if anything was bothering us in our relationship, we would take turns telling one another what was wrong. We wait for that person to finish and then we go. And I would say this 31 years later, my wife has not given me a turn. She has not stopped. She has kept going. 31 years. But no, and I just make people laugh a little bit, but think about it. It truly is communication. If you're honest and you say the things that are on your mind and you respect that other person, that's truly how we've lasted and really grown in the last 30 plus years.
You know, and even my clients, sometimes they make it seem like it's going to be a bigger problem than what it is when they come to me with a relationship issue. 9 times out of 10, it is a communication thing. Like,
yes,
always.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
and
if you like, I bet the wife, I know wives. I know they were like, when the guy's talking, she's like, why didn't you tell me that? Right? Like why did you? Yeah.
Gee.
Yeah.
So it's communication really is the foundation to any relationship, not just romantically, but like with your kids as well. I was having a discussion previously with someone about how because this is called Sexpertease after all, but their partner not being in the mood and it's been so long, and I'm like, well, have you taken an interest in what they're interested in? And they're like, oh yeah, not in a while. And I'm like, communicate about your interests. If you take even the slightest curiosity into your partner's passion, it makes a big difference. It makes me sad to hear that there are couples out there, I'll hear wives or husbands come in and say, I really like, let's say I like going to concerts. My wife hasn't been to a concert with me in years. And you wonder why there's such a disconnect if you're immediately like shooting people down. And so when we talk about communication, even little things like that, just the slightest interest in what your partner may be interested in would solve a lot.
You're so right. I get 2 things from that. First off, it's not a sexual thing, but it also is, don't yuck someone's yum. If they have an interest in something, don't tell them it's dumb. Don't tell them it's stupid. They like that. That's okay for them not to be exactly like you. And also, we have a really good sexual relationship. I do a joke about it, but it's the truth. I did this. I think it's really smart on a man's part. Like, once you meet a woman and you woo her and she's your girlfriend or she's your wife, don't stop dating the person that you're with. Why do y'all stop? Men, I'm talking to y'all. You met that woman. You bought her flowers. You bought her chocolates. You took her on dates. Once you get her, it does not stop.
It doesn't
Keep going. Yes. No.
It shouldn't stop.
It shouldn't. And there's nothing wrong with asking a woman straight out, hey, I love you, baby. I want to make sure you're happy. What's your fantasy? Oh my God, a woman's eyes are going to get this big because she's like, I've been dying for someone to ask. Because if, to me, and I could be wrong, Eric, I'm not speaking for all women, but if a woman hears that, I'm thinking in my head, what I'm telling her is, I'm not a selfish lover. I want you to be happy and, you know what I mean, feel good.
That phrase puts her as the priority, immediately feeling prioritized.
Yes.
And so that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
When it comes to work-life balance, I'm assuming the 31 years, having to balance your professional life with your personal life, there's a lot of communication then, huh?
Yes. Yes.
It's quality time with your wife, quality time with your children. They're grown now, but I'm sure it wasn't easy leading up to that.
No, absolutely not. And I'm blessed. I'll say that. My wife is an amazing, understanding, caring woman. In my line of work, there are so many guys, unfortunately, who are divorced now because the comedy life and the road and all the things that are involved in this job breaks up a lot of happy relationships. It takes a lot of trust on your partner's part. Think about it. I work at night. in clubs. They give me free drinks. There's women that are very happy that you were on stage.
Yes.
And yeah.
The photo ops afterwards. I don't know how Michelle can just watch that happen.
Oh yeah, Erica, you're Puerto Rican showing, but no.
Where's my flag? Where's my flag?
I am like a child's toy. I come with instructions when you want to take a picture with me. There's rules. There's a story about when I was taking a picture with a young lady. She had a few drinks. It was her birthday, and I do a certain act at the very end of my set where people feel like because I did that act, it means they can do things to me. Yeah. At the very end, I talk about dating big women and how I dated a big girl that was a stripper, and she had on a pink halter top and a thong. And at the end, I stripped down to a halter top and a thong. So a lot of people think that because I did something of that nature, then that means I'm a free for all afterwards. Like they can just touch me any kind of way they want to take a picture. So I'm taking a picture with this young lady who, like I said, had a few drinks and it was her birthday, feeling pretty good. I'm standing there respectfully. She's standing there respectfully at first, and all of a sudden throws her leg up. Ken Miller, who knows my wife, because my wife don't play that, y'all. He came and told this lady, I'm not going to curse because I don't want to mess your show up. But he did say this word to this way. He said, bitch, if you don't put your leg down, James White's behind me. She will kill everybody in here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. So, hilarious. But anyone watching or listening, consent. You guys, consent. That just because you didn't act doesn't mean that's just free consent forever.
and I totally get it. Like when women say, I'm a stripper, that does not mean that you can touch me. That's not consent. That's not what happens. So yeah, when I take pictures, I have to be very mindful because I understand my wife has a lot of trust in me, and it takes a lot for your wife to see a husband getting all that attention. Right. So I make sure every picture is respectful. I make sure that people don't touch me any kind of way, and I don't give her energy or put stuff out there that will make people think otherwise. I just don't. I'm very well behaved because you got to love and protect. You got to protect that person's faith in you. You don't want to do anything because once if I did anything, and I never will. But how is she supposed to trust me again after that when I go back on the road? Yeah.
And usually once something happens once, it's very hard to come back from that. I'm not saying it's impossible because I've seen couples turn their lives around, but man, that extra work, why even put that on yourself?
No.
And I think the fact that you have enough respect for her that you also make sure the pictures are not done suggestively, that's amazing.
No. So, yeah, I want to sleep at night, not
You're like, I'm not trying to die. So what about the quality time though? Like being that you're busy and you work at night, did you guys have to schedule things a certain way to like have at least one day a week, perhaps, that you were able to go on a date with her since you don't believe in not, stopping the dating scene?
We would have, two things. My wife is very patient and understanding, meaning I worked all throughout the day. Like I had a corporate job forever and I would do comedy at night. And I did that because I wanted my wife to be able to be home with our kids. Like I wanted my kids to be raised by my wife, not daycare. Right. So I would work day and night so she would be able to stay home with them. Like for a period of time, I was working at a certain theme park in Orlando all day as a manager, meaning 10, 12, 13-hour days. Then I was working at the other theme park in Orlando at night doing entertainment. So I was working at night in entertainment on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and working my other job any time of the day because it was food. So for a period of 5 years, I worked every single day. Wow. So I could provide for my family. But me and my wife established date day early on, meaning during the day on Friday sometime, I would spend some quality time with her that was just hers. It was hard, but because it took a lot of years to get to date day before we could do that because we were sacrificing. We wanted to provide a good future for our kids and wanted to make sure that they had the things they needed. So we sacrificed a lot. But as the kids got older, We spent more time together during date day, and we're so close. And people think I'm crazy. Like when I would have like a anniversary with my wife, the kids would come with us.
Oh
Like
my
we'd go out
God.
to dinner as a group, as a unit. On my birthday, it wasn't just me and her; it was my kids. That's how we've always done things. Like even now, I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to my timeshare. My kids are gonna come. Like it's
Yeah.
that's what it is, man.
No,
So
that's so wonderful. You're like,
yeah,
you're totally winning at relationships because a lot of what you have done with your wife is a
yeah,
lot of the advice that I normally give to couples that claim to not have time. I hear that so often. There's no time. I don't have time. I don't have time. Everyone's busy. Let's face it. We're
mhm.
all busy. You can make time. You just have to be strategic about it. And it sounds like to me like you guys were very strategic about that
We were.
Friday day date. You have to commit to it. And
Hmm.
that's really what it boils down to is that commitment. And it's paying off. I mean, you are proof
It
that
is.
it's paying off.
It
So,
is.
and that brings me now to like trends. Um,
Mm.
so, what do you see in the future of sex health? Like, are there any trends or anything that you feel that educators like myself should be focusing on when it comes to putting this out on the media a little bit more?
I, I, Here's something that I've noticed because I have friends that do it.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if it's a trend, but having a loved one or a significant other that's a sex worker it's
Yeah,
become something I see a lot more of nowadays. And I'm talking specifically about during the pandemic how popular OnlyFans got. There are people who were doing normal like corporate jobs who have now quit and their partner is now helping them and they make content. It doesn't have to be um, anything explicit. It can be just bathing suit pics. It can be lingerie. But just the fact that that's now become a more accepted form of making ends meet, I would say.
and people are still doing that today. Like
Yeah.
post COVID, OnlyFans really did blow up, and that's a good point. I think it would be great to interview someone in
Oh
sex work
yeah.
just to see what that journey was like. Previous
And
to COVID and post COVID as
COVID, and
well.
it's amazing because I see a lot of couples who do it together.
Yeah,
Like they're couples and they just do their content together, and I'm like, that's really cool for other couples to see. Because
yes,
if you're not into, let's say, traditional porn, and that's something that you like, that's a real couple, you can see the love between them. That's more
right.
sensual to me than watching anything
It's more
on.
relatable. More
Yes,
relatable.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
I will be honest with the audience. Like, I don't really care for pornography
Okay.
the way that it's put out there. It seems a little too staged.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's kind of hard for me to get into that. And I'm sure there's a lot of
Mhm.
people out there that can relate. So,
Mhm.
supporting content creators, let's call it indie porn, I guess, but content creators that
Yeah.
maybe I'm just gonna yeah, but
Gotcha.
content creators that maybe do that type of content, it's I guess I would rather support that person, you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely. And it goes
also
right to them.
while
You know what I
also
mean?
getting my benefit out of it.
I've never heard it
Are
put
we
that
ready?
way.
Wait, are we ready for that U-turn yet?
Yeah,
No, I'm just
yeah. Well, the word you used was cute enough. I like that. Getting my own benefit.
my own benefits.
That's a great way to put that.
Yes.
I'm going to use that.
This has been such a wonderful discussion, and I time's up already. It's crazy.
What?
I know it went by way too fast, but I would love to have you back sometime. I'm sure
Anytime.
there's so much we can talk about, and
Hmm.
please let our audience know how they can find you.
You guys can find me on social media, James Yon Comedian on Facebook as well as on Instagram. Thank you so much. And people keep supporting this young lady. She's absolutely amazing at what she does. She's giving you entertaining facts and also teaching you guys a thing or two.
Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate you. And everyone else, please continue to stay curious, stay safe, and continue to stay who you are.